My name is Andrew Dunn, and I'm a Democratic candidate for Iowa House District 90, covering the north side of Iowa City, east side of Iowa City, and the Graduate College area of the University of Iowa. A little bit about me. I am a seventh-generation Iowan, born into a family of blue-collar workers, nurses, and teachers. I've been involved with advocacy and politics for about 10 years, starting in 2012 as a volunteer for Barack Obama's re-election campaign. I was initially motivated to get involved with politics after my family's experience with the 2008 financial crisis. I come from a working class family, the only person in this race who particularly does have that kind of background or is working class at this point. And so 2008 was an incredibly difficult time for us. My parents lost their jobs, we lost our home. It just really wasn't good. So 2012 comes around, Barack Obama's on the ballot again, and I made the decision that if I wasn't fighting for the most vulnerable people in the community, that being my family and many others who had it even worse off, I was wasting my life away. So since 2012, I've held just about any position in advocacy and politics that you can think of. For 4 years, I was an appointed advisor to the director of the Iowa Department of Human Rights, to the Iowa Legislature and Governor's Office, nonpartisan, on issues relating to youth, families, and criminal juvenile justice reform. I was able to secure some really great things for people all across the state and in our community. In 2016, I was able to secure a de facto ban on gay conversion therapy for minors in this state. And in 2019, I was able to secure additional funding for our public schools, of which Iowa City is now getting those funds this year. I've also been really involved in other types of advocacy across the state and in our community. I'm on the board of directors of the River City Housing Collective, as well as the Iowa Farmers Union, which is the progressive alternative to the Iowa Farm Bureau. I also served as the executive director for an organization called March for Our Lives Iowa, which is a gun violence prevention organization, nonprofit, pardon me, that was formed after the 2018 Marjory Stoneman Douglas high school shooting in Parkland, Florida. I've been advocating for some of the most important issues of our time for years, and I've been very fortunate to be successful in many areas. I've spent the last 3 years working in the state Senate with Senator Claire Celsey, who's a senator in Des Moines, working on issues relating to education funding, LGBTQ rights, environmental policy, climate change, and so much more. All of this, though, whether I've been working on the ground as an organizer, whether I've been working in the chambers to try to get good laws passed and being successful in doing so, has always been motivated by my desire to make sure that we take care of the most vulnerable people in our communities, the people that are so frequently disenfranchised and ignored by people in power. That's not what I'm about. My whole perspective on life is that we need to make sure that we're doing everything we possibly can to empower everyone in our community to take part in the democratic processes, to have their voices heard, and to make sure that government actually works for the people again. I firmly do believe that in addressing the issues of working families and addressing the issues of vulnerable people in our community, we're addressing the issues that affect all of us. Everyone needs clean water. Everyone needs access to a good quality, well-funded public education, the likes of which we've maintained in this school to a very high level for decades until recently. Everyone needs that stuff. We also need to have a livable environment and have a government that addresses the real crisis of climate change and protects people's right to choose whether or not they have an abortion. None of that stuff is going to be possible if we don't fight and if we don't elect legislators to the Iowa House and Iowa Senate that are going to work every single day to build the majority. I've worked on the ground and organized in some of the most hostile areas of this country and state. I'm a former vice chair of a rural Iowa Democratic Party, and I worked on the ground in John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock's campaigns in Marjorie Taylor Greene's district. I know a lot about what makes people upset in rural parts of this country. I'm very well prepared and have a lot of plans on how we're going to flip this state blue, and I believe I'm the best prepared candidate to do so. So I ask that you vote for me on the June 7th primary, on or before June 7th, and join incredible community leaders that are doing the same, like Mazahir Salih, Sean Harmson, Roysanne Porter, Pat Hayden, J.P. Clausen, Pauline Taylor, Megan Alter, Charlie Eastman, and Rakesha Harrington. My name is Andrew Dunn, and I'm humbly requesting that you support me in my candidacy for Iowa House District 90. Thank you.